D-Lo 404, back with another one. Once again, thanks for tuning in to my channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks to my subscribers for your subscription to the channel. Thanks for my repeat viewers. If you're feeling my video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to get into this one. Isaac Dogboe. Hey, I could almost stop there. You know, this guy went out there and did what a champion is supposed to do. You know, I know he hadn't been a champion very long, but he knows how to conduct himself like a champion who expects to win. You know, Dogboe went out there from the opening bell and tried to take his man's heart right away. You know, he knew he was in there with a veteran, who had never been stopped before, who had a ton of experience, who had, you know, who has all types of tricks in his bag from all the experience. And Dogboe wanted to let him know right away that I'm not like any of them other guys you fought. That I'm here to hurt you, to get you up out of there. And if you have any doubt whatsoever that you belong in the ring with me, I'm gonna bring that out of you. So shout out to Dogboe, much respect to him, his team. They went out there and they got the job done. I'm much impressed with this guy. I mean, I have been, you know, since, you know, the first time I caught a glimpse of him. I think it was a couple years ago when the first time I really started paying attention to him. But hey, he looks to be the real deal. You know, of course, like anybody else, you know, you can see deficiencies in his arsenal. You can see where he needs to improve. I mean, he's kind of young, but you know, that said, that's what experience does for you. If you're not a stubborn fighter and you're a student of the game, you go out there and you make those subtle changes to become a better fighter. And I expect that from him. I know some people are already saying that, you know, him and Rigo may be a good fight. You know, I saw a video by the Boxing Boy. Shout out to CJ. You know, that potentially could be a good fight. Could be a good fight for both guys. Honestly, me being a little selfish, I'd like to see some other guys fight the two of them and them not fight each other, because we already know Rigo is widely avoided and has been, and it's been okay by the boxing fans and boxing media to allow that to happen. And same thing, you know, could happen with Dogboe. When I look at Dogboe, whichever, I don't know exactly what the right pronunciation is for his name, but because I've heard it mentioned both ways. But either way, you know, I can see guys going out of their way to avoid fighting this kid. You know, and those same guys that avoided Rigo, I can see a lot of them, you know, trying to find excuses not to fight this young man. So that said, I like to see pressure put on the other guys in the division, in his division. I'm not sure what division Rigo's going to fight at when he comes back. I think, you know, it's kind of up in the air between 22 and 26, I do believe. But either way, I want to see pressure applied from boxing fans, from boxing media, you know, to help these guys get the fights that they should get against the guys who don't want to fight them. But if it comes down to it and they have to fight one another, hey, this is sweet science. This is the sport of boxing. Hey, the best guys should be fighting the best, and it doesn't matter if the best guys are two of my favorite fighters, two of your favorite fighters, if they're good buddies, or whatever the case is. If they're in and around the same division, and the demand's there for that fight to be made, if they are true champions, true boxers, true sportsmen, and you know, custodians of the game, you know, hey, they need to go out there and aim to fight the best out there. So I'm not gonna be a fight blocker and be like, no, these guys don't need to fight each other. You know, if ultimately that's what it comes down to, hey, I'll make a video about it. I'll break down who I think will win the fight. You know, I'll do everything I can to help build a fight. And you know, I'll hope to tune in and watch a good fight between the two guys. But ultimately, you know, Rigo's an older fighter. He's on his way out of the sport probably within the next couple of years. And he's had he's had as great a career as he could have, considering the circumstances. You know, and we all know how that his career's gone with the, you know, him being pretty much blackballed, and you know, after he undressed Donito Donaire. And as far as Dogboe, you know, he's a young fighter. He has a lot ahead of him. You know, I hope he you know, I hope he stays on track, and I hope he, you know, is able to achieve whatever goals he has in the sport of boxing. You know, and you know, I personally, you know, think that this guy can do some really, really, really good things in the sport. But I hate to say it, it's all gonna come down to how he's matched. Because if he's matched with the wrong guy too soon, it could all come unglued for him. But he's a champion, and champions should be out to fight the best. And I mean, like I say about everybody else, and like a lot of the brothers in the LDBC say, you know, once you become a champion, you're no longer a prospect. So you can't you know, maneuver around and say, well, I don't want to fight this guy, I'm not ready for him, this, that, or other. Hey, once you get that title, hey, you got a bullseye on your back, and rightfully so. You know, so I won't make any excuses for him. I don't care who comes calling, as long as they're in and around his division. You know, y'all don't want some guy 3 divisions above him calling him up, you know, or whatever. You know, I don't want to see a situation like, you know, the Rigondeaux situation where he moved up 2 divisions, and, you know, not saying that's the reason he lost, but you never know how the fight would have been had it been at a division that made more sense. But Rigo wasn't called up 2 divisions. I mean, I'll make it clear. He asked for the fight, and that's where the fight was offered to him at. And he ultimately chose to take that fight, you know. And a lot of why he was in a position to have to take that fight was because of circumstances that happened prior to that. You know, he was in a situation where he couldn't afford to turn down a fight, especially one he had been asking for. So he had to take the fight under the circumstances that were allowed. And you know, but like I said, I don't want to see the young man going up 2-3 divisions all of a sudden trying to fight somebody. You know, but if it's in and around his division, I don't care who it is. I expect him to take the fights because he's a champion now. But on that note, I'm going to close it out. I want to say shout out to the LDBC. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out New Media. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm out of here. Peace.